Hey guys, it is Ben, aka the Fusebox. So, for today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about one of my favorite franchises of all time, Dragon Ball. In particular, what's been going on with Dragon Ball Super. So, I just watched the latest movie for Dragon Ball Super Superhero. I actually think that's a really bad title. I don't like the doubling up of the, super. It doesn't roll off the tongue. It's painful. Here's the thing. I did not hate this movie. I didn't really love it. It was good. I would say it was good. It provided a lot of things that fans have been wanting to see for quite a while. We got to see Gohan redeem himself. We got to see Piccolo get an upgrade, and we even got to see Little Pan training. It's looking like Pan is gonna be much better than she was in Dragon Ball GT. At least I'm hoping. So I'm excited about that. However, this movie just it left me with a feeling that I was never really thought that I was gonna feel when it came to Dragon Ball. And it's that I honestly feel like we gotta start wrapping up. I hate saying that. As a huge Dragon Ball fan, I've always been the guy who's like, I want more. And I just kind of reached a point where I was just like, well, I feel like we're tapping out. We're getting to the bottom of the barrel. There's not many other places you can take this story before it just gets so absurd. We're already at a point where our main characters, Goku, Vegeta, are rivaling the power of the highest celestial beings in the cosmos. It's not going to be long before they exceed them, unless the story pulls something out of its ass, which it has done a couple of times already during Dragon Ball Super. The power scaling is all over the map. We don't know who's as strong as what. All we know is that Goku and Vegeta are in the lead. We have no way to really gauge anything anymore like we did during Dragon Ball Z. So ultimately, there's not many other places you can go with this. I'm fine with them continuing a bit more, but the thing about it is, number one, if we're gonna continue this story, we need to do it past the Oob revelation part. And what I mean by that is the final episode of Dragon Ball Z was when Goku meets Oob and takes him on as his apprentice. In Dragon Ball Super, we've been in sort of between the end of the Buu saga and Goku meeting Oob. The lengths that Goku's power has gone, the growth that Goku has had since the end of the Buu saga, this is the time to get to him meeting Oob and then him training Oob, so that any arcs or any enemies that happen would happen after that point. And if anything, we could get some fun stuff with Oob fighting alongside the Z fighters, him growing as a warrior, Goku settling into his role as the mentor now instead of the student. That's the way to go. Enough of this in-between phase. It's getting kind of awkward considering the fact that, Goku is now pretty much a god. They revealed in Dragon Ball Super that Oob has divine power because Kid Buu inherited God Chi from the original Supreme Kai. So already we've got an Earthling who's got the ability to tap into some celestial power, which is pretty cool, I must say. It's time to get into that phase if we're going to continue on with Dragon Ball. Enough with the in-between stuff. But at the same time, I feel like they just shouldn't keep this going much longer. It hurts to say that, but it's just the truth. The story is reaching its limit. We all know from everything that's been happening in movies and TV, when you keep a franchise going longer than it should go, you're eventually gonna stumble and fall. MCU is the prime example of that. It should have ended after Avengers Endgame, period. It's already retconning things, it's already defying its own canon. The storylines have gotten so confused and so confusing that there's no point in establishing any rules rules in that universe anymore, because they're just going to break them in the next movie, or they're going to forget that they ever even existed. The rules are just there for temporary plot convenience, and I'm worried that Dragon Ball is going to go along that same route. There's already been a couple of things in the latest manga issue that had me scratching my head, that had me kind of wincing a little bit, and in the anime itself, they took a few liberties with the canon. Akira Toriyama, God bless him, he can't keep track of his own mythos to save his life. And Toyotaro has had some interesting input into the manga, but at the same time, it's best to go out on a high note. You know, a lot of people already don't like Super. I like Super a lot, but I recognize it's very flawed. The sooner you call it, the better it is for the overall story. Do not extend yourself beyond your means. When you find the story has sort of reached a completion point, don't overextend. Don't keep pushing it just because it's popular. You want to go out on a high note. So, you know, I just wanted to put in my 2 cents. So, we are about 2 months away from the launch of Outlawed Knights, Genesis of a Renegade Part 2. The email list is still going strong. We are now up to about 110 signups. Very good stuff. But we need more, dang it. If you haven't already, click on the link in the description of this video. You're gonna want to, because you're gonna get access to some special exclusive perks that nobody else on the campaign is gonna be able to access. Don't hesitate, sign up. It's totally free to sign up on the email list, and you'll stay in the know on the latest updates about Outlaw Knights. It's the best place to be. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody, and I will talk to you all later.